Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of the 8th of September 2021. Essence. Sweet children, it is a divine virtue to give regard to those who are senior to you. Follow those who are clever and who explain very well. Question. Why are there no customs or systems of devotion in the Golden Age? Answer. Because the Father, the ocean of knowledge, gives you knowledge and sends you into salvation. You receive the fruit of your devotion. When you receive knowledge, you become divorced from devotion. Since that is the time for the reward of knowledge, what need would there be for devotion, tapasya, donations or charity, etc.? None of those customs can remain there. Om Shanti. The purifier, God Shiva, speaks. The Father sits here and gives knowledge to you children. It is explained to you children that when I come here, I speak knowledge to make impure ones pure. No one else can teach you this knowledge. They only teach devotion. Only the children who consider themselves to be Brahma Kumars and Kumaris study this knowledge. The Dilwala temple is in front of you. There too you are sitting in Raj Yoga Tapasya. There is Jagadamba, the World Mother, and also Prajapita, the Father of the people. There are Kumaris and half Kumaris. The Father is teaching you Raja Yoga. The picture of the kingdom is above, brackets, heaven on the ceiling. The Father doesn't teach you devotion. You only perform devotion of the one who taught you and then departed. However, people don't know who taught you Raja Yoga and established the kingdom and then departed. You children now know that devotion is a separate thing from knowledge. Only the one can speak knowledge. No one else can do this. There is only one ocean of knowledge. Only he comes and makes impure ones pure with knowledge. No one in any of the other spiritual gatherings can teach knowledge. Although they have themselves called Shri Shri 108 Jagad Guru or God, not one of them could say that he is the Supreme Father of all, the Supreme Soul, the ocean of knowledge. No one calls any of them the Supreme Father. You know that the Supreme Father is the purifier. Keep these points in your intellects very well. People say that you Brahma Kumaris divorce devotion. However, when you receive knowledge, you do have to divorce devotion. It isn't that when you go into devotion, you are aware that you are divorcing knowledge. No, you automatically go into the kingdom of Ravan. You have received the understanding that Baba is now teaching you Raja Yoga. Raja Yoga is knowledge. It cannot be called devotion. God is the ocean of knowledge. He never teaches devotion. The fruit of devotion is knowledge, and through knowledge there is salvation. All are unhappy at the end of the Iron Age. This is why this old world is called the land of sorrow. You understand these things now. The Father has come to grant you the fruit of your devotion, that is, to grant you salvation. He is teaching you Raja Yoga. This is the old world and it has to be destroyed. We want a kingdom in the new world. This is the knowledge of Raja Yoga. Only the one Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul Shiva, can teach knowledge. He, and not Krishna, is called the ocean of knowledge. The praise of Krishna is separate. He definitely performed such actions in his previous birth. That was why he became a prince. You now know you are receiving the knowledge of Raja Yoga, and that you will then become princes and princesses of heaven in the new world. Heaven is salvation, whereas hell is degradation. We are establishing a kingdom for ourselves. Those who don't take this knowledge and don't become pure will not go into the kingdom, because there will be very few people in the Golden Age. All the many people that exist at the end of the Iron Age would surely be in the land of liberation. They don't disappear, but they all go back home. You children now remember your home, because the cycle of 84 births is now coming to an end. The play is coming to an end. You have been around the cycle many times. Only you Brahmin children know this. Brahmins continue to be created. There is the rosary of 16,108. In the Golden Age there won't be many people. A model of the Golden Age is shown. A small model is created of something big, just as they show the Golden Dwarka (city in Gujarat). It is said that there used to be the kingdom of Krishna in Dwarka. Would you say that it was in Dwarka or in Delhi? The banks of the river Jamna are here in Delhi. There is the ocean. You children understand that the capital was on the banks of the river Jamna. Dwarka was not the capital. Delhi is very well known. The river Jamna that is praised also has to be there. Delhi is called Paristan, the land of angels. The main throne of the kingdom will be in Delhi. You children now understand that the path of devotion ends and that it then becomes the path of knowledge. The divine kingdom is being established. The Father says, as you make progress, you will come to know everything, how many pass and to what extent. In a school, you come to know with how many marks so-and-so passed, and that he will now go into the next class. Everything will be known more towards the end, who have passed and who will be transferred. The class is large. It is an unlimited class, and the number of centres will continue to grow day by day. Some will come and take the 7 days course very well. A course of just 1 or 2 days is not a small thing either. You can see that destruction of the Iron Age is just ahead. You now have to become Sato-Pradhan. The Father has told you to connect your intellects in yoga to him, and you will become Sato-Pradhan and go to the pure world. You definitely have to play your parts, just as you played your parts in the drama in the previous cycle. The people of Bharat ruled the kingdom, and then the population continued to grow. A tree also grows. The people of Bharat belong to the deity religion, but because they are no longer pure, they worship those pure deities, just as Christians worship Christ. The original eternal deity religion exists in the Golden Age. It is the Father who establishes the Golden Age. There truly was the kingdom of deities in the Golden Age. They must definitely have made effort in their previous birth, and that must have been at the Confluence Age, when the old world changed and became new. Since the Iron Age changes and the Golden Age comes, there must definitely be impure ones in the Iron Age. Baba has explained that when you have the pictures of Lakshmi and Narayan or literature printed, this should be written on them. They made effort in their previous birth with the knowledge of easy Raja Yoga. There won't just be the king and queen, subjects are also created. People are in ignorance and don't know anything, but simply continue to worship. You now understand that when those people worship the idols of Lakshmi and Narayan, they just look at them. They don't have any knowledge. People believe they can't find God without performing devotion. When you tell others that God has come, they laugh at you. They say, God will come at the end of the Iron Age. How could he have come now? They don't even understand why they say that he will come at the end of the Iron Age. They have shown Krishna in the Copper Age. People continue to say whatever enters their minds without any understanding. This is why the Father says, "You have become completely senseless. You say that the Father is omnipresent." Devotion is externally very beautiful. It has so much sparkle. You don't have anything like that. When you go to other spiritual gatherings, there is definitely noise there and they sing songs. Here, Baba doesn't even like you to play records. As you progress further, perhaps even this will come to an end. The Father says, "I explain the essence of all those songs, etc. to you. You know the meaning of them because this is a study. You children know that you are studying Raja Yoga. If you study less, you will become part of the subjects. Therefore, you should follow those who are very clever because they pay more attention to studying and there is benefit through that. Learn from those who explain well. Everyone at the centres remembers those who explain knowledge very well. Although there are already some Brahma Kumaris at the centre, they ask for so-and-so to come because they think that she is very clever. If it is like this, then regard has to be given to her. Regard has to be given to those who are senior to you. This one is cleverer than me in knowledge, and so she will definitely claim a high status. There shouldn't be any arrogance about this. Honour for the seniors has to be maintained. A president would definitely be honoured more. Each one's honour is number-wise. Regard has to be given to one another. It is number-wise among barristers too. People hire a very clever lawyer for an important case. Some take cases costing hundreds of thousands of rupees. It is definitely number-wise. If someone is cleverer than me, I have to give regard to that one. The centres have to be looked after too. Everything has to be done. Baba is concerned about this throughout the day. Attention has to be paid as to how to set up exhibitions and how we can become Sato Pradhan from Tamo Pradhan. The Father has come to make you Sato Pradhan. Only the Father is the purifier. Here they say that the Ganges is the purifier, and this is why they have been bathing in that for birth after birth. However, not a single person has become pure by doing that. All of it is devotion. Since you call out, "O Purifier, come," he would definitely come at the confluence age, and he would only come once. Everyone has his or her own system and custom, just as in Nepal they offer a sacrifice on the 8th day. They put a gun in the hand of a small child and make him fire it, brackets for practice. He would also offer a sacrifice. When he grows older, he would be able to cut the head of a calf in one go. If someone applied less force and that animal wasn't killed in one go, it would not be considered a sacrifice and wouldn't be offered to the goddess. All of that is the path of devotion. Everyone has his or her own imagination. So many become followers just because of their imagination. Here it is a completely new thing. Only you children can know this. Only the one Father sits here and tells you the knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world. You have the happiness that you are spinners of the discus of self-realization. No one else can understand this. If I were to call you in the gathering, the most elevated decoration of the Brahmin clan, the spinners of the discus of self-realization, you would understand the meaning of it. New people would become confused and wonder what was said, because they consider Vishnu to be the spinner of the discus of self-realization. This is something new. This is why it is said to you, "Go out onto the field," brackets of service, "and you will know." Yours is the path of knowledge. You conquer the 5 vices. Your war is against those devils, brackets the 5 vices. You are now becoming deities, and so there is no question of a war. Deities cannot exist where devils exist. You are Brahmins who are going to become deities and are making effort for that. Brahmins are definitely needed for the sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra. There cannot be this sacrificial fire without Brahmins. Shiva is Rudra, so where did Krishna's name emerge from? Out of the whole world, you are unique, and there are so few of you. It is said that the sparrows swallowed the ocean. There are so many tall stories in the scriptures. The Father says, "Now forget all of those and constantly remember me alone." It is souls that remember the Father. There is only the one Father. When they say, O Supreme Soul, or O God, they don't even remember the oval image at that time. They simply say Ishwar or Prabhu. Souls received happiness for half the cycle from the Father, for that is why they remember him on the path of devotion. You have now received the knowledge of souls and the Supreme Soul. All of us souls are residents of the incorporeal world. We come from there, number-wise, to play our parts. The deities come first. It is said that the deity religion existed before Christ. It is a matter of 5,000 years. Those people say that something is 50,000 years old. However, since the drama is only 5,000 years, there cannot be anything as old as 50,000 years. These are the main religions. The buildings, etc., would belong to those of these religions. At first, those people had Rajoguni intellects. Now they have become ones with even more Tamopradhan intellects. So much is explained at the exhibitions. No one is able to understand it. The sapling of Brahmins has to be planted. Therefore, it is explained to you, children, that knowledge is separate from devotion. There is salvation through knowledge. This is why it is said, O Purifier, come, liberate us from sorrow, and become our guide, and take us back with you. The Father comes and takes you souls back with him. All the bodies here will be destroyed. Destruction will take place. In the scripture, just the one Mahabharat war is remembered. It is said that this is the same Mahabharat war. It has to take place. Continue to give everyone the Father's introduction. There is only one way to become Satopradhan from Tamopradhan. The Father says, constantly remember me alone, and your sins will be absolved, and the soul will come back home with me. Continue to give everyone this message, and many will be benefited. Acha. To the sweetest beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence Vedana 1. Keep the company of those who are clever in this study and who explain very well. Give them regard. Never become arrogant about anything. 2. Understand and explain very well the new points of knowledge. Maintain the happiness that you are spinners of the discus of self-realization. Blessing. May you be a detached observer who constantly stays lost in remembrance of the one Father, and make your stage constant and stable. Now, such test papers will come you never even thought or dreamt about. However, let your practice be like when you see a limited drama, (play), as a detached observer. Whether it is a tragedy or a comedy, it won't make any difference. In the same way, someone may have an entertaining part, and another loving soul may have a serious part. See each one's part as a detached observer, and let your stage be constant and stable. However, you can only have such a stage when you are lost in remembrance of the One Father. Slogan: Fix (nishchit) your fortune with determined faith (nishchay), and you will always remain carefree (nishchint). Om Shanti.